world. Narrated by me. It's Anime Royalty Radio. My name's Aaron Legend. This is Vol. That's Spud. And that is Don Juan. And today we're going to be talking about our comic book section. So,
God, just sounds so bored with it.
How else am I supposed to spice it up? I did the whole narrator voice at the beginning.
I was just talking about
Check that shit out. That looks pretty dope.
Ooh.
Why they read comics. So, going on with that.
It is our comic section.
Yeah, you're not wrong. With that being said, you know you're going to mess it up again. We had technical difficulties.
He's trying.
It's okay. We have a technical person to fix technical issues. Yeah.
But that's live studio audience. She's not supposed to be doing that kind of stuff. She don't want to do that kind of stuff.
Well,
She's
she
cold.
will.
Okay.
Voluntold.
You're voluntold. I'm sorry, live studio audience. So, I know we've been kind of slacking on comic book news because there's not a lot actually coming out that's groundbreaking.
I mean, it's hard to do something special when there's a huge monopoly over comics.
Yeah, Disney.
I mean, seriously.
I mean, you're not
I'm
wrong.
glad to see we're falling back to our age-old custom of shitting on Disney.
We hate Disney.
I mean, who's there to compete with?
Technically,
Disney?
we haven't done it in a while.
But
Sorry.
every now and then, you find a nugget.
And it's not brown.
Racist.
I said it was meant shit.
Oh,
No,
nuggets.
you're racist.
Oh,
Anyway,
God.
Well, we've been canceled.
Now, this non-brown nugget of gold is
I meant like
actually featuring Keanu Reeves.
Yes, it
Yeah, the likeness of Keanu Reeves.
Wait,
Now-
like
It's
John Wick Keanu Reeves, or like if
the-
Keanu Reeves was Wolverine?
Like the amalgamation of all of his iconic characters rolled into one.
Ooh, the Keanu universe.
The
Dum,
Matrix.
We've already destroyed this.
Probably.
But the name of the comic is Berserker, and it's spelled B-R-Z-R-K-R, all caps, and it's made by Boom Studios.
Yes.
Boom.
It actually looks really well, but it does have a more newer art style, I would say. Almost like Walking Dead-ish art style. From what you showed me.
I don't know much about, like...
Oh, no. From that picture, it's not.
Gotcha. But basically, and I did read over the segment. Can I get it on?
Yeah, you got it on there.
So basically,
We're amateurs.
So basically, we're talking about like a 60, 80,000-year-old immortal god who is probably fighting just about every single, conflict ever known, who is working for the U.S. government.
Of course he is.
It's actually funny because there was we all know that there's billions of Keanu Reeves memes, but there was a photograph from the 1800s of a guy that looked exactly like him, talking about how he never ages. He always looks the same.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that. I've seen that.
So,
And
totally makes sense.
Speaking of memes, they're actually incorporating his
Yes.
sad meme in it.
They're incorporated the sad Keanu, meme where he's sitting on a bench.
On the bench all alone.
All, lonely and sad.
He has such a sad backstory.
Keanu Reeves or his character?
Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
Oh, he just doesn't care. Okay. It actually does look interesting. I'm going to keep an eye out for it. I'm going to try and see if I can definitely order it and get it that way. If not, Time Tunnel will probably have it.
If his character is really awesome, are you going to get him tattooed up in here on your arm?
No.
Sleeve?
Okay.
If I was going to get a Keanu Reeves tattoo, it would definitely be
Constantine.
Johnny Silverhand from Cyberpunk.
Let me see your dick. Let me see your dick.
No, come on, Samurai. Let me get it out.
It's a live studio audience is looking at us like we're stupid, but it's a glitch in the 2077. And no, I'm just explaining what it is. It's a glitch. Is it not?
It was actually, and the way I did, and I know we're going off top, but the way I did my character was a default, so the character would always be in their underwear. But for some reason, whenever you would go into some kind of scene where you would be naked and you would come out of that scene and you'd be back into, being able to move, you look down and you look like a Ken doll because your junk was not animated.
Yep. So memers have really went ahead on that and just let me see your dick. That was hilarious, though, by the way. So after that news, yesterday was by far the first Comic Con that I've been to since COVID. Went to the Hickory Comic Con hosted by Time Tunnel, and it was blown away. we first got up there. It opened up at 10. We got up there at 11:20, 11:30, somewhere around there, and the line was wrapped around the convention center. Luckily, it moved very well, moved very fast. It was like we got in within 20 minutes, but we still stood outside for a good little bit.
How many people were there letting in at a time?
Oh, they were just as soon as they come in. They didn't have like a restriction of who came in, who came out. They weren't doing stuff like that, thank God. They did check temperatures at the door and everything like that. But it was $5 for adult, $3 for kids. But it was actually really well done. I've been going to the Hickory Comic Con for a while now, and this one actually had the best vendor room. Different places to go are coming from other comic book stores. Like there's one from Gastonia, one from Shelby.
What was that?
It was the foam, soundproofing foam. And there was also a retro game guy there, which I snaggled some gems. Paid $300, about dropped $700, but I snaggled some gems.
What do we get?
I've got for the DS now, Pokemon Heart Gold, which was $180. Yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah,
like it's like what I bought you, your Scott Legends of whatever. What did I get you? I can't remember the name of it.
Skies of Arcadia Legends.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had it all backwards. I'm just like...
Scott Legends?
Yeah, that.
Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah, sure. I got Pokemon Pearl and Pokemon White for about $380. Now, they did have actual authentic copies with brand new batteries of Pokemon Emerald, Fire Red, and Sapphire. Oh, yeah. If I would have bought all of them together, $700 and some odd dollars.
Jeez.
So, but there was really...
Pokemon so expensive?
You know what? I have no idea. But you get those main campaign games, don't get rid of them.
Keep
them. But going back to comics, it really got me wondering, because we saw a lot of graded comics there. Well, actually, that's a lie. We didn't see a lot of them there, but we saw some comics that should have been graded. Because I stopped and asked the vendor, because they had The Amazing Spider-Man number 300. Which, if nobody knows what that is, I know you know. You should know.
Maybe, possibly.
I know you know. Do you know what it is? One, it was the Todd McFarlane run when he did The Amazing Spider-Man. And it's the first appearance of Venom.
Yeah.
Now, which variant cover was it?
The 300 in the back. Just him regularly.
It wasn't the green one?
No.
Okay.
I asked the guy how much he wanted for it. $650, and it's not graded. So, after we went to the Comic-Con, my lovely live studio audience happened to find me something that was graded. It was a graded 9.8 Venom 150. Now, if nobody knows what that is, it's the first time the symbiote has rejoined with Eddie Brock in 15 years. It's one of the most monumental things happening in the Venom universe, besides King in Black now.
Yeah.
That's the big thing now. But this was what started a lot of that movement. So, that got me thinking, and we got the idea of talking about graded. Now, I've never had anything graded until this, and I do have some stuff that needs to be graded. If you can see,
as do I.
Yeah, as do you.
Oh yeah.
He's got on the table King in Black #1, and it's a variant.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if nobody knows what variant means the cover was done by a different artist.
Usually a specific number run, and it's not the original picture.
Right. It's a different one. Like, I've got Punisher #4 where he's a bulldog. Like, he's a cartoonish bulldog cleaning his gun, and it's a variant cover. And I have the same thing for Venom 151. It's a variant cover of that. So, those seem to where you get your money, and then we asked the question, what does it take to actually get your comics graded? And that's when we found out it is a process.
Mm-hmm.
This man did more research.
Oh yeah,
but so, my God,
it's
a
very
make it sound pretty tedious.
Oh yeah, it is very tedious. It's not very cheap either. If you've got a really big comic book collection, or you're starting a business with comic books, and you are looking into getting something graded, just go ahead and create a membership with them online. Go ahead and pay your annual fees. Trust me, it will be a lot cheaper than paying for the 10 comic books at a time that they'll accept, because that will get expensive.
And that's not how much was it? Did you tell me? It was it's like over $100.
Yeah, if you do the max limit that they take, it's well over $100.
And there's not just you package them in a package and send them. There's actually rules to how you have to send these.
Because if you do not send it the right way, there is a chance that they will send it back to you and not accept it because, one, that's accepting liability of damaging your comics or lowering its grade. And if you're the one that packaged it wrong and lowered the grade according to their standards, then why should they grade it if you're just going to lower the grading?
Right.
So they make you take a little piece of cardboard. They tell you the exact dimensions. You stack one comic book that way and then take the next one, flop it reverse with the spine on the opposite side, then do it the same way again, reverse, spine on the opposite side, reverse, spine on the opposite side. Once you got all that done, you lay another piece of cardboard on top, sandwiching them all together, wraps tape around those pieces of cardboard so it's like one thick brick, and then you put that in the box. So there's no chance of anything getting damaged or spines getting squeezed or all the weight on one side or anything like that.
And they actually will go through and grade all your stuff, but you, as a comic book fan, it's not hard to figure out what you need to grade. Now, even if you're new, it's really easy. Just go on Google, type in the name of the comic book and the issue number.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll know right then if you have something that's merit. Like you want first appearances, deaths. There's only certain things that's not big. Like one of the biggest ones is giant size X-Men that came out in the 60s or something like that. Actually, early 70s. And basically all it was the first time they put like almost a 30-page comic book together. But it goes graded up to like $1,500.
Comic books are like almost any other collectible. Anything can raise the price, but there's a lot of stuff you can look out for. Like you said, deaths, special events. The biggest comic book sale in history was the death of Superman, wasn't it? It was graded.
No. Okay, no, you mean the most, what sold for the most?
Yeah, it was the Superman comic, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the first appearance of Superman.
Yeah, it was like
And
$1 million.
$3.2 million. Graded, pristine condition. It's the first appearance, or it's the first action comic with Superman. It's got him holding the car.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically Superman #1.
But it's hard to tell what people would want because you never know. There might be a specific fight that everybody's like, oh, that's cool. I wish I could get that. I think it was Spider-Man 324, the death of Gwen Stacy. It wasn't big until Ghost Spider came out, and everybody's like, oh, who's Gwen Stacy?
Yeah, you're not wrong. There's a lot of times where it fluctuates too. Okay, prime example. Moon Knight is getting ready to come out on Disney Plus. So his stock is going to go up. Mm-hmm. So if you have Moon Knight #1, like I do, now would be the proper time to get it graded, get it looked at, put it out there in the market. Because the character is going to get known, it's going to get something, and it's going to go up more. That's where these type of things come from. Same thing with Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing #1, I know before the Swamp Thing craze happened the last couple of years, he wasn't as expensive as he is now. Like Swamp Thing #1, high graded is going to cost you at least $400 to $500. His first appearance in, I think it was Stranger Things, DC's Strange Tales or something like that, is almost $1,000. I talk about Swamp Thing because I just got him tattooed on me today.
Yeah, how's that feeling?
It hurts. I'm not gonna lie. Well, okay, if I'm honest, that's not bad. But the elbow's no fun.
Yeah, that's right on the bone.
That's no fun. I thought you were gonna slap it. I was like, oh
God.
God. I was about to freak.
You're safe for now.
For now,
until the camera cuts off and you were screwed.
I mean, it's worth it because Swamp Thing is one of my favorite characters.
No, green.
It's okay. It wasn't really from America.
No, it really wasn't.
Yeah, green was only.
Oh, and the cool thing that at that game vendor at the Hickory Comic Con, he actually had Japanese variants of Pokemon White.
Oh, that's nice.
And it was only $35, but you couldn't play them on the DSi. Yeah, they had to be the old school DS because it was a region lock thing.
Yeah, you're right.
But it was actually cool to see.
It is nice to see, and I'm glad that they're still available for shiny hunters and stuff like that.
Yeah. It was actually really cool to see. So, always be on the lookout for what you have, and it's not hard. Live Studio Audience recently fell into a big selection of Thor comic books. She asked the person who originally had them if he wanted them. He said no. So, she gave them to me. I mean, she told me I could do whatever I wanted to with them. But inside of there,
Give them the Vol.
too late. But inside of there, going through them, because I went through comic book by book, typing them in, seeing if it was a specialized, something big, something like that. And I would see what they run for, graded, not graded. Because you can still sell non-graded stuff for a good price if it's something special.
Oh yeah, I think I don't remember. Was it Time Tunnel or where did we go that one time? And there was like that one copy of The Killing Joke, and it was, I think it was ungraded for like $300.
Yeah, and see that Spider-Man 300, it was ungraded, and I was still looking at $650. So yeah, you're right.
Or the Lethal Protector series, you can get all 5 for like a good $50 or $60.
Yep.
Yeah, it can still be a little pricey here and there.
And Venom has gone up because
yeah.
that's a prime example. The Lethal Protector series, I remember being able to get all 5 for like $10. Now I checked when we went to this comic book, not really comic collectibles / comic book store called Needless Collectibles in Lincoln. They had them packaged together because they do that with runs. And they were up now $55, which makes me feel happy because I have 2 versions of Lethal Protector number 1, the hologram. Makes me so happy.
And graded are going up too. They're a little over $100 now.
That $150 that she got me, $100. So, and that came out in 2017. That's only 4 years. It went from $6 to $100 in 4 years. That's hell of a jack in price.
Yeah.
But we went through those Thor comics and doing my research on a lot of them because I'm not a big Thor reader. But I did stumble upon the Almighty Thor issue 337, which if nobody knows, it's the first appearance of Beta Ray and the Stormbringer.
Stormbringer.
Yep. And this is where it gets kind of weird. Yes, you have a very nice issue because it's a main issue. But then you're looking at how's the conditioning.
Right.
So I took it to one of the guys up there, and I have the 337, 338, 339, 340. It's basically the first run with Beta Ray.
Beta Ray Bill.
Yep. I asked the guy, here you go. What will you give me for him? Now, of course, it goes into negotiation, but because it's not graded, it kind of hurts. And he was only going to offer me like $30. That comic book at high grade being ungraded is worth $180 easily. So that tells you the kind of grade. Now, I do think he was a little bit lowballing me because I didn't think he was really interested. But that goes to show you how well grade plays into this.
And it's not like they have a huge variety as when it comes to grading. If you want to buy something graded and it's not from the comic book grading company, then it's not really worth it.
Depending on issue.
You're right, depending on issue, but I don't think that there's anybody else that puts comic books in slabs and it actually be worth more money than...
Oh, no. You're looking for that 9.6, 9.8.
Now, for people that just want the aesthetic, you can buy slabs third party, and they are reopenable, so on and so forth, but I won't make them worth any more money. You'll just be protecting your investment by keeping it in a case. But
is there a reliable way to get your comic appraised?
They do have comic book appraisals, like at most collectible shops, but once again, it all varies depending on how much people want it. Appraisals are only for in the moment current demand. There's actually a couple websites that you can go on where you look up your comic book run issue, and then it'll give you an estimate price, and they do 1 through 10 non-graded. So you tell them, yeah, it's a 9.8 looking, but it's not graded. So it's, by me looking at it, I think it's a 9.8. They'll tell you what the price is, and then it's an actual comic book grading company, what they gave it score, and then that price. And
also that brings up something good, because I have a signed Jim Lee X-Men number 1 from the 90s. It's got the beautiful picture of Magneto just like this on the front of it. Beautiful.
Classic.
But there's a problem with it being signed, and I wasn't there to actually see him sign it, or somebody from CGC seeing it be signed by Jim Lee, they can't verify it. So you're kind of walking a tight line.
So with
there.
anything that becomes super collectible, they always want to include something that can verify that this is authentic. Whether it be a special steelbook that had been signed by Sony or something, and they'll come with a little card or something saying, oh yeah, this is approved by Universal, Sony, whoever is releasing this limited edition item. Comic book company does the same thing. So they'll show up to a lot of different events and they'll have their stand set up. All you have to do is walk up to them, say, hey, there's someone here. I want them to sign this. Will you meet me at their table and verify that this person signed it? And then I'll hand it to you and you grade it. So not only will they grade it, but they'll also include in the title of the slab, verified, signed by this person.
Which I really dropped the ball on that, because if I would have known that when I got you the Spider-Gwen.
But once again, you have to pay full pricing. There may be an additional fee for verification of signature. So you may have had to even pay extra. But if that's what you want to do, that's understandable.
There's got to be other sources where you can get a signature certified. It's like any, autograph or anything.
I'm very sure there is, but I'll tell you this. That would be the easiest way to do it if you're there at the show. Now,
and they do go to most big events.
Yeah, like, okay, we were talking about earlier, the Raleigh Galaxy Con. Sorry, I don't pronounce it well. But they always have the CGC there. Mm-hmm. I've always seen them there. They're usually right in the middle in a big, old, huge open area. And there they are right there, ready to do whatever you need them to do.
And that's another big plus. If you don't want to go through the hassle of sending in your 10 comic books and then waiting 6 months for them to process, grade them, and send them back, you can just go to a comic book event, bring all 250 comics that you have, drop it off with them, go enjoy the con, come back, see if they're done. Like, they work pretty quick.
Yes. Because a lot of times what they're looking for is the binding, the spine. Mm-hmm. Any type of fading, yellowing, chipping, tearing, anything like that. And that's what it goes with. So it's a process, but is it worth it? Yes. Yeah. You want to get the main bit of money out of your comics, do it. Do it in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. It's a
and not just any type of, like we were talking about, games, figures, of course, take care of stuff. You never know what things might be worth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm so buying a replica case for that Heart Gold. I'm not kidding. I am.
Do it.
That will up the value.
So you just bought the cartridge?
Yes.
For $180.
And no joke, that's what they sell for.
Why?
Pokemon, man. Emerald, and it was a pretty emerald. Like, it actually had a nice sticker on it. It was $140. Easy. He had an ugly one he was going to give. He's like, do you care if it looks pretty? I'm like, you going to give me a discount? He said, yeah, I'll throw out $10. And that's
$10?
Yeah, that's because of what it is. It's a Pokemon game, dude.
Even the Japanese versions with case, manual, safety manual for the DS and the cartridge, all $500.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we saw that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So with that, if you got any comic books you want to, get them graded, go get them graded in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
And with that is our comic book episode. Hopefully, it's been a little bit different and very informative.
Much information. Very good.
Very good. So with that, destroy the like, comment, subscribe buttons, do your things, and we will see y'all in the next ones. Peace.